interesting event, so stick around. So I thought I'd just share with you my bus trips so far between Belgrade and Skopje. So it left on time, no problems there. Then after about an hour or so, we had an unexpected bus change in a place called Nick. And so we had about a 40-minute wait there. We were very kindly all given a bottle of electrolyte, something similar, and that was good. There was about 10 of us, and then got on that bus another 40 minutes or so. Yeah, the bus broke down, yeah, right. It was 36 degrees outside. I think it was pretty much the same, or a bit warmer inside. And then another 40 minutes or so, and another bus come along. So already I'm on my third bus now. Fortunately, I'm next to a window that's got this sort of crazy thing, so I can't take any photos, but it's beautiful scenery out there, beautiful and hilly, little villages, not so little villages. So I'm enjoying the trip, especially now that the aircon's back on and it's cooler. So we'll just see what happens when I get to the border. Well, still on the bus, just arrived at the border, and there's not too many cars. In fact, we pulled straight up to the booth on the Serbian side, so it'll be interesting to see what the North Macedonia side is. But fingers crossed, it's not a 5-hour wait like when I came into Serbia. And this is coming into North Macedonia, so there's certainly more, but not too bad. It's like not like, you know, last time when we had like 10 buses in front of us. Well, just pulling into Skopje, so I think I'll take this opportunity to say welcome to my video. It was a 9.5-hour bus trip from Belgrade, but not too bad. Talked to some lovely people from various countries. I think I was the only person on the bus whose main language or only language is English, so it was a bit of an experience, but once again I used my time and did lots of editing. So thanks for joining me. Stick around, there's more to come. And yeah, this trip in Europe is getting more and more interesting as I head further south on the continent. And I'm sitting out on a balcony having my breakfast. It's just beautiful. It's really nice. It's a high hostel, same as YHA, and it's just in a neighbourhood. It's not in a block of apartments, so it's really nice. Went for a little walk around last night, got some food to eat. And then today I'm going to go in the canyon. Cheap bus trip, about 1.5 euros. So I'll put the name of the canyon here, and I'll do more videoing, of course, while I'm there. So it looks like it's going to be a fun day. Look at these buses. I don't know when they were built, but I love them. They got so much character. So I'm actually waiting at the bus terminal in Skopje to get the bus to Matka Canyon. There's quite a few different styles of buses. There's a few people waiting. Getting the ticket was easy. I went to the office. I'll show you the office. There's the office over there, an old bus. So that was an interesting bus trip. It took nearly an hour. Most of it just was through the town. Yeah, a lot of dilapidated buildings. Now they're not all that old because there was a large earthquake here in about 1963 and it demolished about 80% of the city. So anyway, that's where I'm heading. It's about half an hour's walk before we actually get into the gorge. Everyone was surprised that he told us to get off the bus so soon. So, yep, I'm looking for all the shady bits on this walk. It's another 40-degree day. But the good news is, apparently in 3 days, the temperature's going to drop below 40. So that's something to look forward to. But look at these rocks. It's very hazy, but you get the general idea. So it really is quite pretty here. It's much cooler, a natural breeze coming up. So the locals enjoying it. I love the way that they've actually brought their own little swimming pool down. How cool is that? So there are various hiking trails here of different distances, 7k, 6k, 18k. But being how hot it is and hearing how these trails are not in a good state of repair. I'm actually not going to do any, and also the fact that I'm on my own wouldn't be wise. So I'm just having a little look here. Yeah, I think I'll stick to the road, which is across the bridge down here. So this is this really good path up above the dam, which is just there, and it's in the shade, which is just really nice. So I'm not sure how long it goes, but I'm enjoying it while I can. So I followed the neatly paved path for as long as I could, which took me to a hotel, and then it comes to this much rougher path and much less crowded, so it's up past where the boat goes. Not sure if I'll do a boat trip. Hang around and you'll find out. So I'm just following this pretty trail that's, you know, rocky and rooty, but apart from that, it's really nice. But I just had a look on the map, and it appears that this goes for like 3 kilometres with not much changing. So there is a boat that goes along. So I think I will go back and just check out the prices of those boats. It might be a much nicer way to get really into this gorge, because that looks like the way to do it, doesn't it? Nice and shady on the boat, and there's some people who are on my bus. So very clearly this is not going to be the most peaceful boat trip. We've got a boat full of people, they're all travellers, and I opted to do the long boat trip, which is down to the cave. Certainly much cooler here than it is in Skopje, that's for sure. Beautiful. And then we reached the cave. It was just a 5-minute walk from the boat, and it turned out to be much bigger than I thought, so really enjoyed going down in it, and oh, it was so beautiful and cool. It was really, really nice. So underground's lovely and cool. This turns out it's quite pretty with little different coloured lights. So I left the beautiful coolness of the canyon after soaking my feet in that cool river. I actually ended up walking to the bus, and a taxi driver picked me up, and he said he couldn't stand seeing me walking in the heat. So just for a couple of euro, he took me further on where there were more buses, so I didn't have to wait so long. So where am I now? I'm in the Bazaar area of Skopje, and oh my gosh, there is everything here. It's just amazing. It's just like, it reminds me of places I've been in Asia, but no one's bothering me, which is really lovely. So I'm just going to wander around. It's not too hot in here, so yeah, see what I can see. So the markets weren't just inside, they're outside as well, and the shops, and it's lovely that all these sales are up. It really makes it so much cooler. And yeah, 4 o'clock on a Friday afternoon, there's a fair amount of people around. Gallery of Macedonia. It took my interest because it's old Turkish baths and it was built in the mid-15th century and it separated men from women baths. But another thing that really interested me was the roof or the ceiling, because it's open to the sky and that brings the light in. So this is well before any electric lighting we've got now. So I'm just going to wander around and look at the art. So this is really cool. There's all these little round rooms and I'm just following the arrows into here. Oh wow. This is so cool. And when I asked a man in the street who came out of the synagogue, he had no idea of this building. I'll have to go and find him and tell him that I found it. So cool. Oh, I like this room. The art's a little hard to understand in here, but this is quite fun and it actually coincides beautifully. I was just talking to a guy probably for the last 20 minutes who's also a traveller. He's from a small place in Serbia and I can't remember what it was called, but we just talked about travel and how, you know, you've got to be brave and branch out and do things that are out of your comfort zone. And I thought, yeah, so true, and maybe I am doing that. I'm not often out of my comfort zone as I've been travelling, but just occasionally. So I've just come inside this area. It's Church of the National Saviour or something, and there's supposed to be a big long mural here, but I don't see it. But the way the light is, this building is stunning. And I can't join in that conversation because I have no idea what they're talking about. And a big tower, so yeah, quite interesting. Well, the sun's going down and I just saw a temperature gauge, 38 degrees. That's a little bit. I really feel like I've come into a different country here. It's very, very Muslim. There's lots and lots of temples. And there's lots of ladies in their full attire, so quite interesting. And there's 3 languages on the sign, so I'm quite sure about that. This bridge is called the Stony Bridge, and it's actually a bridge joining the past to the present. So I'm now leaving the old Bazaar area. Look at this. Like, who would know where I was? And just like that, we're into the modern. I love the spontaneity. Well, I just took a photo of some Turkish people in their costumes, and then I turned around and look at these guys. Aren't they beautiful? And they're all going into the Mother Teresa's house, which I'm pretty sure I'm going to be having a look at tomorrow.
Because it was revealed when we celebrated the 20th anniversary of Macedonian independence, like 13 years ago. It's probably the newest triumphal arch in the world. It's made from pure white Macedonian marble. All around the gate, we have 32 marble reliefs representing our cultural heritage, important people and important events from our history.
So yes, this is a walking tour with Zoran in Skopje in North Macedonia, or Republic of Macedonia. It's also known as. Lots and lots of statues.
But before that, this is one of my favorite postcards from Skopje.
So I'm just videoing the parliamentary building of the Republic of North Macedonia with a double-decker bus, probably from China. They used to get them from the UK. But why I'm videoing this is because in 2022 there was great discussions on joining the EU. One of the reasons that was a problem for other countries was to rename Macedonia to North Macedonia. The locals did not like that and they protested outside this building, and that's where the damage was caused, throwing things at the building and on this side, and they've left that as basically a memorial to the protest and the fact that Macedonia is still not part of EU. So the reason this clock is stopped at this time is this is when the earthquake hit in 1963. So these buildings here survived the earthquake, unlike the ones further down. So we're in the Bazaar area where I came last night, but now this is when we go down into little alleyways that I didn't explore last night. I wouldn't have come down here, that's for sure. And yes, there are casinos here. I like the way that's built, that's cool. It's got bricks and stones. And yes, it's a restaurant, but that's okay. And these dogs have followed us the whole morning. And we've been walking for well over 2 hours. How cool is this? I'm going to find out all about it.
The history goes back to the 15th century. Everywhere you travel around the former Ottoman Empire, you're going to find caravansaries. Some of them will be bigger, some of them smaller. But they will be always organized the same way. It means ground floor, one floor up. On the ground, the walls are more thick, the rooms are smaller. A thicker walls, better isolation, smaller rooms, stables and storage rooms. Accommodation will be only on the top. So after a long journey...
So, believe it or not, this is actually a school, a girls' school, so they're on vacation at the moment. But yes, there's the dogs again. So, I'm in my favourite seat on a double-decker bus in Skopje, and this is where I'm heading. Yes, it's very hazy, but that's just how it is at the moment here. So, I thought I'd go up and have a look because it's my last day. So that was a fun bus ride up the top. Oh no, I'm actually not up the top. There's more to come. I'll turn around and show you. So, yep, it's a cable car. So I can't complain about the prices of things here. That just cost me 1,000 dinar. So that's Macedonian dinar, not Serbian dinar. And did I say 1,000? I meant 100. So 100's equal to about $2.60 euro, I think. So about $3.50 Australian. So that's really good. And hopefully I'll have one for myself. But if I don't, c'est la vie. Got a family waiting behind me, but not very crowded up here. It's very quiet. So it was really good, and I just enjoyed a very delicious frozen chia pudding. Just thought I'd share that with you. I didn't like the top, it was like crunched up biscuit with peanut butter. There you go, here's my car. And yay, got it to myself, how cool is that? And I better close the door, I don't want to bail. that's the view I have. I'll zoom in and see if I can get it any better. Yep, not too bad, and I can walk around and stand up and no one to get worried. Last time I was in one of these was, where was I? I can't remember. I'll have to look it up and I'll put a note. It's actually a bit clearer up here. I'm gonna probably take lots and lots of videos and I'll edit a lot out, which is what I do normally. There we go, nearly at the top. Can't see this cross from my accommodation, but I'm sure it's all lit up in there. So I'm up about as high as I can go, I think. It's a very dry, dusty country. Well, at the moment anyway. But yeah, not great views, but you can get an idea. Didn't take long to get remote from the city. And that there is actually a phone tower. It's been under construction maybe 6 or 10 years. Construction's very slow in Skopje, and once it's constructed, things are not really maintained. And that was as was told by my guide this morning. I'm not just making that up. So, and I could see that as I looked around the city. So that's okay. It is how it is. And yeah, they've got such an interesting history that you can sort of understand it is how it is. So pretty much the last thing I've left to do here in Skopje is to go and see the fort. So it's a thing to do late afternoon this time of the year, because look at all that brown grass. That indicates how hot it's been. Apparently there's 260 days a year that there's sunshine here, so a good indication of why this is so brown. So I'll go up and have a look. Hopefully the views are as expected. So like everything else, the fortress is being rebuilt slowly over time.
Welcome, tourist guide.
Yeah.
The main gate is closed almost 40 years. This gate is free, no money. There you can with water. You can see the new town, because inside it's nothing, only ruin.
Okay.
But you can see the view of the new Skopje. From the mosque, it's balcony. You can see the view of the old town. In the old town, you got Turkish bell, Caravanserai, Bazaar, many mosque, one church. After that is market. One market, children with vegetables. Past the bridge, Mother Teresa statue, all the Alexander the Great museum, blah blah blah. After you go to cable car to cross.
Okay.
And we got the canyon market. It's wonderful, like Norwegian fjord. Take the boat trip, enter the cave, lake, wonderful. After Kosovo, 20 kilometers, Pristina prison, Ohrid, Macedonia. It's nice, and then other places. You're from?
I'm from Australia.
Australia. Welcome, Australia. Welcome,
Thank you.
Melbourne.
I just
Welcome,
interviewed
Sydney.
that whole introduction to Skopje,
Don't worry,
and
don't
I can
worry.
say
Everything is destiny.
that I have done most of those things already.
Already, if you've done this, go to Albania. Albania is wonderful.
So there certainly are the ruins still here. I'm not sure how old those ruins are. That structure there is clearly new. It's like my guide this morning said, you know, they're good at building things but not repairing things. So I'm on this bus this morning heading off to Ohrid. So thank you for watching my video on Skopje. It was a really interesting city and my first city in North Macedonia. So just a short video, and I'll pop in a few extra photos of what I took as I was walking around and catching public transport. So thanks for watching the video, and bye for now.